Hey, good morning, beautiful souls. Been a minute since I made a video for YouTube. Been kind of stuck in a Facebook group that I created. I've been making some videos on there. It's been so long since I made a video, I'm not even exactly sure what I made the video on. I don't even know what it was about. Not really got a whole lot of followers, not a whole lot of viewers. I didn't really expect it anyway when I created it. I haven't really advertised it like that, so I'm not really sure what I'm gonna talk about. I got married, got a home, kind of settling down, or into the settling down process, I guess. Hope everybody's having a good life. It's funny, this new job I've got. Since I've been with a company, they've moved me around so many times to so many different stores. I can't even keep up anymore. I enjoy the job. I like it that I get to deal with people and I deal with customers and kind of low-key spread the word, I guess. And I don't mean like in a godly way, of course, but I mean, I'm trying to help people find their peace, I guess, to find love for themselves, to heal themselves. Ultimately, so many people are hanging on to pains and miseries and ancestral curses, I guess you want to refer to it as, carrying on pains from traditions of growing up from families and generations from that, and we seem to carry that with us. Our parents' miseries, their parents' miseries, it's just part of us. So I try to help people to get out of that, to disconnect from that part of them. It's useless. It's just clutter that needs to be cleaned out. There's no need to hang on to it. This mentality that people have of hanging on to this, it just makes you miserable, and that's not who we are. So try to make peace with that. It's unfortunate, but yeah, since I've had this job now, I've got the opportunity to spread love, and I don't know if I was meditating or just talking to God, but it was very strange, the communication that God was having with me, I guess. When I talk to people, I'm only explaining this, but when I talk to people, when I speak, it's not coming from me, it's coming from God. I'm speaking from God. I'm not making up stuff as I go. God's speaking through me. Just like he did with the apostles, prophets. God spoke through them. And this terminology, born again of the Spirit, I was thinking, God was communicating and telling me that we need to make peace with ourselves first in order to connect to God. God's always there, and I use that term loosely, but in order for us to be like Christ, to be love, excuse me, we have to find peace. We have to make peace with ourselves and get rid of whatever is weighing us down or slowing us down, because it's really hard for us to connect to God when we're hanging on to these miseries and these frustrations and these trials that we have. God did say, lay all your burdens to me, that my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And a lot of people, they don't know how to do that. They say they believe, but they don't see an entity. A lot of people, they dump their frustrations out on other people because they see that person in front of them, and they don't know how to give it to God. They don't know any other way to give it to God, so they give it to other people, and that's wrong. That's selfish. It's selfish for us to dump our frustrations onto other people, because most people have their own frustrations. Most people are dealing with their own burdens, and they don't need other people to dump their burdens on them. A lot of people don't know how to let out their frustrations, so they take it out on other people, and that's wrong. God is there. He is meant to take your burdens away, because his burdens are light. His burdens are easy. His yoke is easy, and his burdens are light. And he's there for that. You can always find peace with God if you just allow him to have it. And most people don't know how to do it. They don't know how to give it to God, so they give it to other people, and that's wrong. That's completely wrong. It's weak. It's not strength, it's weakness. And it's wrong to do that to other people. It's not fair for other people. I always say when you lay down at night, make peace with the burdens that you've had that day. Say your prayers, ask God to have it, and go to sleep in peace. Because what happens is you wake up the next day and you got all these new burdens on you. It's really hard to make peace with that when you're still holding on to the burdens from the day before. So let it go. Give it to God. Take him seriously. That's you fully giving it to God. That's fully giving it to God. And when you can lay your burdens to God, you can allow him to have them. Here you go, God. You can take it. You get this peace about you. If you can learn to do it all the time, you start having love for yourself, and you find love, and then you find peace, and then you start to become like Christ. It's a pattern, it's a process. If people can figure it out, make peace with yourself. Give it to God. Become like Christ. Love, kindness, compassion, patience, and long-suffering, self-control, and joy. All these things. I'm not sure if I'm going to save this video. I'm not sure if I'm even know how to post this video. I wasn't even sure what I was going to say. I've been still meditating. I've been still praying. God is still talking. I've been reading the Word. God has been pointing me in directions of what books to read in the Bible. And the books that I'm reading, I have these questions in my head. And I've been having these questions since I've been on this spiritual journey, especially. And it's funny that God appoints me these books to read. And I read them, and there's my answers. There's the answers that I've been seeking in the books that I've been reading. God's given them to me. He's been answering my questions. And I think if most people, because especially if you're in a spiritual journey or if you're trying to be close to God, most people don't talk to God. They don't, or they do and they just don't listen. God's going to speak to you. Read your Bible. Talk to God. Ask him what books you want him to read, you to read. He's going to point you to a book in the Bible that's going to give you the answers that you've been seeking. All you got to do is talk to him. That's it. Talk to him. And that's what I've been doing. I've been talking to him, and he's been giving me the answers. And these books that I'm reading are going along with my life and my journey, my spiritual journey that I've been on. So it's a good way for us to talk to God. It's a good way for God to talk to us. I'm living proof of this. He talks to me all the time. And when you have what happens is you're having a relationship with God. Jesus. You're having a relationship with Christ. He's your Father. He communicates with you now. He may not verbally or vocally or audibly, if I said that correctly. But he's still talking to you. He's still giving you messages, and that's him speaking to you. That's why the Word, the Bible, is so important, because that's his way of communicating to you. I love you guys. Like I said, I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to speak on, but I don't even know if I'm going to post this video. It's been a while, so I love you guys, and Godspeed.